So we will look at the pelvis and the hip joint and the way the pelvis is connecting into the spine. So let's start with touching ourselves a little bit. But now I'm thinking about this movement. Okay? So we're using this touching ourselves just to feel where the hip can move to. Do it gently. It's just the beginning. I can touch my legs as well. And just feel where it's easy to go. You can use the elbow if the child's arms are bent. Just feel the environment a little bit and feel around what's there. Okay? That's the beginning. Then I can take the pelvis of the child. What's important? About where the pampers end. Okay, here is the end of the pelvis. I do not want to go into the soft tissue there. Do not want to go to the spine. So I'm really on this bone here and taking the pelvis forward and back. Child can lean against me if it needs to. Just gently going with the pelvis forward and back. And this movement probably is not symmetrical. With most people, it's not symmetrical. Again, nothing to be concerned about. Just find out where it is easiest. So this is a little bit easier here. Okay. You probably know that from these directions already, which direction will be easier. And you can help the child a little bit playing. When I look at the belly button, the pelvis tilts back. When I look up, the pelvis would tilt forward, belly coming out, head back. Hello, there I am. Yep. I can either play with the child or I can move a toy up and down. Involve the eyes in the movement. Gets it easier. And I'm just moving the pelvis around. Okay. Can switch, see whether this got a little bit easier. So this will be the first few minutes of your lesson. Next part is, you can try it for yourself. If you feel under here, you feel one sitting bone. Okay, soft tissue, then bone. And you don't really have to go onto the bone, but try to feel around it. This will make the child's brain feel there as well, along with your fingers. Just feel around that bone. And take your time. And then we go to the other one. Okay? And there you probably already feel that child has preferences. It's easier to lift one sitting bone than the other. That's fine. Just try to feel them both. Can let the child help along with it. Yep, that's where you're sitting at. Yep. Okay, and I can move the pelvis a little bit from one sit bone to the other. This is weight shifting already. Okay. Now we take the sitting bone that lifts easier and try to lift it. And for the beginning, you can really take your whole body, the child's whole body over. Okay? tilt the whole body, then it gets easier. My fingers are now under the sitting bone. And go, I was too fast right now, go slower. What you don't want to see is any startling reflex, and you can let the child rest on your arms. So just shifting, rolling the weight to one side. Okay. And we go to the other side as well. First, we give the child the idea that it's really easy to lift this sitting bone up. Next time we try it, we lift the sitting bone up, but we don't take the body as much to the side. Can still take it a little bit to the side, but try to keep it more and more in the middle. Then the spine has to start doing this movement. I can put my hands here on the ribs. Ribs have to go down while the sitting bone is going up, getting this connection. Try it on both sides. So it's kind of lifting the pelvis against the shoulder girdle. And the last thing we will do is go to a position where the sitting bone is lifted. Now we keep the upper body more or less where it is and just lower the sitting bone again and lift it. So up here we stay more or less still. We are moving the sitting bone. Okay, these are, if it's easy, can even do these movements. There you see what it has to do with walking. Yips, yips. And you shouldn't work too hard. It's more rolling the weight to the side. That's also important for your child to understand. If your child is too heavy, or it can rather easily sit by itself, can hold on to something like a table, one thing you could do is put the child on your knees. If possible, in a way, I have to put my knees very close together so that one knee is directly under one sitting bone. Here we could lean on a table. And then all I have to do is push my feet against the floor and lift my knees. Okay, can take a child over a little bit, can hold it more and more in the middle. Again, not pulling the head over, just keeping my hand here. And then working with one sitting bone and then the other. And I finish in some kind of walking movement again.